Hello and welcome to another audio analysis. In today's video we're taking a look at the track Sunset by the Canadian hardcore band Carissa. This song is taken from the band's upcoming second EP It Died Yesterday, which does release on September 1st and serves as the follow-up to their first EP Chapter 2, which did release in April of this year. And the band will certainly be hoping that the release of these EPs can start to snowball and start to lead them forward as they begin to grow in popularity and produce more music. And if you do like what you hear from this band, I will post a link to their Spotify in the description of this video to check out some of the tracks that they have currently released from these other EPs, and so you can follow more of their music in the future. For now though, will this track be as warm as a sunset or as dark as the dusk? Let's take a look at exactly how it sounds. So you can certainly see with this band really going for that hardcore style, just really going for those quick pitted guitars, really just this pounding, thudding energy coming out of Morgan O'Dell on the drums as well. So really getting the pacing right, really setting the standard for the style of music they want to produce. And you can certainly see from this track with the idea of sunsets, the idea of these setting sails, this sunset, the closure almost of a chapter, those fading memories coming in, and really just touching on the idea how things coming to an end. They're not quite there. You've still got that glimpse of the sunset, but you're trying to kind of erase a memory almost, but it's hanging on, and you're really trying to put something kind of to the back of your mind to kind of bring it to an end, to head into that nighttime where you can forget it. So I like how a lot of the lyrics already are tying in that if setting sail, things like that, the end of a journey almost, or something reaching the end stages that you're trying to kind of move on from or kind of put behind you in your life. So really smart how we've got these coming in, fits in very, very well with the theme of the song. Musically, we're really seeing some of those typical kind of hardcore elements being brought in to give this song quite a good pacing. We're just kind of leading it along.
This to you, I lost the battle with
So you can certainly see with this track, it's pushing quite heavily on the idea of kind of mental instability almost, really this idea that you're kind of suffering mentally from this almost parasite almost that's really preventing you from kind of closing out this chapter almost, that's really kind of allowing the sun to set. So you've kind of got this thing lingering on, just kind of worming its way in your brain. So again, more lyrics that are really showing that, and that aggressive tone that comes through. We do typically see in hardcore these very aggressive vocals. It's quite an interesting mix with the idea of sunset, which you think of as quite warm, quite nice, but where they're certainly using it to good effect in this to really signal the idea of certainly kind of bringing something to a close, even though you don't typically associate sunsets with kind of a more aggressive music. But I can see the kind of metaphoric link they are making with the music on this, and again, just continuing to see great progressions between these different stylings that we have got, these different paces, really mixing things up, trying something new, not keeping it a very static track, really letting each member of the band just try a little bit something. It's almost a bit of a song where they're trying to find their feet. You can see that's what bands use EPs for a lot of the time, to really just work out their style, work out their sound and what they like to play with. And you can simply see the band doing that on this, really just trying something to sort of see how it goes. And I like these little change-ups that we have got in the pacing on the track. Okay, really going to town with the drums towards the end of the track, really going for that heavy element, really seeing Carl Stumpo just dip occasionally into those slightly more deeper, more aggressive tones that are really coming through, just to kind of differentiate and try switching up a little bit from the most of the track. So I like that the fact that the band are really just trying a lot of different things in this track, really again, just trying to find what works for them. I do think at times the track is a little bit all over the place. You can see that they're just trying to mix up a lot of these different things, but I think it jumps from pillar to post a little bit too much. That may be something the band really want to play with, just kind of mixing things up a little bit. But I did like how a lot of lyrics really focused around this idea of a sunset, something coming towards the end. Nobody cares until you're gone. Almost this idea of this fading sunset, this maybe life drowning out or something like that. And that gets to that point where nobody really notices until it's too late. So there's lots you can really draw in from the lyrics on this track. I like the way they are actually linking the titles and their music to the actual theme they're trying to go for. And I do like a lot of the elements that are actually included in terms of the musicianship on this. I like to see the playfulness from the band really showing their ability to mix into different things. I think they just need to kind of solidify maybe exactly what direction they want to go with, rather than trying to cram so many different styles into one particular track, because it can kind of leave you jumping around a lot of the time as the track does move through. But certainly great to see them kind of going for that, really trying something that isn't just the same all the way through. And I do like they've used these EPs to maybe show that bit of variety before they can kind of hone in on one particular idea. So certainly not a bad showing from the band. Be interested to see how they develop that going forward following the release of these two EPs. So that will be everything for today's video, but as always, feel free to let me know your thoughts about this track in the comments section below. And if you want to hear more from this band, or certainly follow them as they are starting out on their journey, then I will post links to their Spotify and things like that in the description of this video. Also, if you'd like to see more content like this, then please do feel free to subscribe, and I will see you in the next Audio Analysis.